Professor. Senator O'Donnell.
Yeah, thanks, Chair, and apologies for having to step out there. Yeah, I mean, I just want to take the opportunity to thank you in the first instance. It's good to have people talking about voting rights in this building. It isn't me or Billy Lawless. So bringing more voices to the concert, I think, is important and positive. There's a couple of, and I think you've made the argument very coherently and very passionately as to why the issue is symbolically important, but also constitutionally and politically. And I mean, we'll have to be honest about it. As Senator Crockwell rightly acknowledged, this is a political issue. Because the point I have made during a number of debates in the Senate on this matter is that when the Good Friday Agreement afforded us Irish citizenship, it wasn't partial or it wasn't conditional, it certainly wasn't second class. So I think there needs to be a political and indeed societal and civic discussion about what Irish citizenship means for those of us who live in the north, but also our immigrant community. I'm sure there's a couple of issues, I'm sure you've covered it in terms of Gerard's contribution earlier around who would qualify for voting rights, and that was actually a very useful part of Senator Lawless's recent event, where he held a very diaspora-focused discussion over in Buswells. I wanted to just ask maybe a brief question, Chair, in terms of your opinion, and I appreciate that I'm kind of throwing this at you, but we were given, as we do, a briefing from the department in advance of the meeting, and I don't think I'm breaking any confidentiality here, but under one of the headings of the Good Friday Agreement, it says it's worth noting that while both the Irish and British governments confirm through the Good Friday Agreement the right of the people of Northern Ireland to hold both Irish and British citizenship, it is the respective legislation in each jurisdiction that governs entitlement to citizenship. So I'm not quite sure what that means in this instance, and how it impacts on us, because the options paper and the position of the government, and indeed the position of the Good Friday Agreement, in my mind, is pretty clear around the rights of citizens. So I mean, there is a consensus, I think a political consensus in these houses that I think we've won the argument around the need for voting rights to be extended to the diaspora and the citizens in the north. But I would share your concerns about the mechanics of when and what that's, because for me, I have always made the case that, while appreciating it isn't simple, there is an existing register in the north, there is an existing electoral office and electoral commission and polling stations and everything else. I do appreciate that when you're dealing with the community overseas, you're dealing with a much more logistically complex arrangement. I don't believe it's one that can't be overcome, but certainly in the north, I don't see, except the need to hold a referendum, and you'd be reasonably confident, Chair, going into that referendum, that the make-up in these houses would reflect society out there. I don't see why. So I would share your concern around wanting to have that date and that clear statement of intent from the government going forward. But I appreciate I think it's been a very, very worthwhile discussion, Chair. Very much.
Thanks.